Freddie Mercury wasn't just a singer, he was a force of nature, with a voice that could soar from operatic grandeur to raw rock power on a single breath, and a stage presence that electrified entire stadiums. Freddie redefined what it meant to be a frontman. Hello, and welcome to the Church of Rock and Roll, where we celebrate rock legends and artists who have left us. As the iconic lead singer of Queen, he fused theatrical flair, fearless creativity, and musical genius to create songs that felt larger than life. From the thunderous chants of "We Will Rock You" to the soaring emotion of Bohemian Rhapsody, Freddie Mercury didn't follow the rules of rock, he rewrote them. Freddie Mercury, born on September 5, 1946, was a British singer and songwriter who achieved global fame as the lead vocalist and pianist of the rock band Queen, regarded as one of the greatest singers in the history of rock music. He is known for his flamboyant stage persona and for octave vocal range. He was born in Zanzibar, to Indian parents from the Parsi community. Mercury attended British boarding schools in India from the age of 8, and returned to Zanzibar after secondary school. Following graduation, Mercury joined a series of bands and sold second-hand Edwardian clothes and scarves in Kensington Market in London, with drummer and future bandmate Roger Taylor. In the spring of 1964, Mercury and his family fled to England from Zanzibar to escape the violence of the revolution against the Sultan of Zanzibar and his mainly Arab government, in which thousands of ethnic Arabs and Indians were killed. In April 1970, Mercury teamed up with Taylor and guitarist Brian May to become lead singer of their band Smile. They were joined by bassist Sean Deacon in 1971. Despite the reservations of the other members and the band's initial management, Mercury chose the name Queen for the new band. He later said, "It's very regal, obviously, and it sounds splendid. It's a strong name, very universal and immediate. I was certainly aware of the gay connotations, but that was just one facet of it." The Who lead singer Roger Daltrey described Mercury as the best virtuoso rock and roll singer of all time. He could sing anything in any style. He could change his style from line to line, that's an art. And he was brilliant at it. While subjective, the top Queen albums consistently praised for innovation and hits include Sheer Heart Attack in 1974, Queen 2 in 1974, A Night at the Opera in 1975, News of the World in 1977, The Game in 1980, and Innuendo in 1991, representing their diverse eras from prog grandeur and stadium anthems to later career brilliance. As well as his work with Queen, Mercury put out 2 solo albums and several singles. Although his solo work was not commercially successful, as most Queen albums, the 2 off-Queen albums and several of his singles debuted in the top 10 of the UK music charts.
With what other people could you think of cooperating like you did with Bowie and Jackson on this unreleased stuff? What are people who are interested?
It depends. I mean, I don't sort of think of those things. I mean, sometimes you just meet friends, and if you think about doing a song together, you talk about that. Otherwise, that's not what I think about all the time. I mean, Elton and I have been friends for a long time, but we've actually sort of said to each other, one day we'll probably go in there together and write a song. But it's better being friends, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is spontaneity. So, I mean, it's just, if it happens that we're talking and suddenly we say, oh, let's go in the studio and do it, that's the best thing. And that's what happened with David Bowie. He was just around, we were having dinner for a couple of days, and we were recording in the studio, and he just said, oh, maybe I'll come in and just see what happens. So it wasn't planned. If it is planned, then it's boring, because then it just And we were just going in there and fooling around to see what happened. And suddenly this song started taking shape, and we said, oh, that's quite nice, let's work on it a bit. And the result of that was Under Pressure. So I'm not really, I don't get up every morning and say, okay, who am I going to work with today? Those kind of things don't work.
How would you describe yourself as an artist? Would you say that you're a very organized person, very spontaneous person, or how would you say?
No, myself as an artist, I'm just a musical prostitute, my dear. It's basically that.
Organized or not?
Oh, who cares? Disorganized and organized. That's an asshole question to ask anybody. It's just, I don't know, I'm just me, I'm just me. I'm very disorganized at times, I'm organized at times, and I'm just me.
One of Mercury's most notable performances with Queen took place at Live Aid in 1985. Queen's performance at the event has since been voted by a group of music executives as the greatest live performance in the history of rock music. The results were aired on a television program called The World's Greatest Gigs. Throughout his career, Mercury performed an estimated 700 concerts in countries around the world with Queen. Although he cultivated a flamboyant stage personality, Mercury was shy and retiring when not performing, particularly around people he did not know well, and granted very few interviews. He once said of himself, "When I'm performing, I'm an extrovert, yet inside I'm a completely different man."
Haven't you done any interviews in the past few years?
Because I hate them.
Why?
I just hate them. I hate talking to people I don't really know. I don't talk to everybody, so they don't really know the real me. I don't think anybody will.
Are you very, very rich?
Oh, I'm extremely rich.
Do you like being rich?
Of course.
What do you do with your
I
money?
flaunt it.
What do you do with your money?
I spend it.
You said the rest of the guys have houses in LA. I assume you mean the other members of Queen.
Yeah, who do you think I meant?
What are their names again? No, I'm sorry.
Stop that shit. I sometimes forget them too.
But you don't really hang out with them or anything, do you?
No. They have very different characters, and they like different things. I like to go to ballet and opera and things. They don't like all that. They just keep going to rock and roll shows.
Why do you think you've managed to stay together working with them at this job in this business for all these many years? Now what? It was formed in 1971.
Why do you think we've lasted this long? Money, darling.
No, I mean, is that why you've lasted this long, or that's why you've stayed together for this long?
No, I think we kind of, underneath it all, we kind of like each other, and we like the music we make. That's basically it. I mean, if we didn't like the music that we were making, we'd say goodbye to each other.
Mercury exhibited HIV/AIDS symptoms as early as 1982. In October 1986, 2 months after Mercury's final live performance with Queen, the British newspapers, The News of the World, and The Sun reported that he had his blood tested for HIV at a Harley Street clinic, but he was quoted as saying he was perfectly fit and healthy. The British press pursued rumours about Mercury's health during the final years of his life, fueled by his increasingly gaunt appearance, Queen's absence from touring, and reports from his former lovers to tabloid journalists. By 1990, rumours about his health were rife. Mercury and his inner circle of colleagues and friends continually denied the stories. It has been suggested that he could have helped AIDS awareness by speaking earlier about his illness. At the 1990 Brit Awards held at the Dominion Theatre, London, on February 18th, Mercury made his final appearance on stage, when he joined the rest of Queen to collect the award for outstanding contribution to British music. On the evening of November 24, 1991, Mercury died at the age of 45 at his home in Kensington. The cause of death was bronchial pneumonia resulting from AIDS. His close friend Dave Clark of the Dave Clark Five was at the bedside vigil when Mercury died. Austin phoned Mercury's parents and sister to break the news, which reached newspapers and television crews in the early hours of November 25th. Mercury spent and donated to charity much of his wealth during his lifetime. with his estate valued around $8 million at the time of his death. Mercury's funeral service was conducted on November 27, 1991, by Zoroastrian priest at West London Crematorium, where he is commemorated by a plinth under his birth name. In attendance at Mercury's service were his family and 35 of his close friends, including Elton John and the members of Queen. His passing in 1991 left a silence that no encore could ever fill. It wasn't only the loss of a legendary singer, but of an artist who taught the world that it was okay to be different, to be bold, to live loudly, and love deeply. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Freddie never truly left. He lives on in every soaring note of Bohemian Rhapsody, every stomp and clap of We Will Rock You, every aching lyric of Love of My Life. His legacy reminds us that life is fragile, but expression is eternal, and that being unapologetically yourself is one of the greatest acts of courage.